introduced to Rotary and bring them in. So Rotary's really emphasizing that. So this club has really been in support of that in many different ways. For example, Rotaract, you have sponsored 2 Rotaract clubs, the Central Baptist College Rotaract Club, the University of Central Arkansas with your co-sponsor Conway Morning Club. You sponsor the St. Joseph School Interact Club. You send 2 students to RILA. You are a big mover and shaker and player in the youth exchange programs of our district. You have started up in our district an E-Club from the leadership within this club, which is not exclusively new generations, but it's designed primarily to attract young professionals into Rotary. So the E-Club has found its leadership here in this club. So for all of those things that are going on within this club that supports new generations, the governor wanted to award to this club for outstanding support of new generations in District 6170 for 2015-16, the certificate for support of new generations. So I'd like to present this to Sancy at this time. Matt Manning was here earlier. Did Matt have to leave? Matt's still here. Many of you are aware that the Where in the World drawing that we held, we drew Matt Manning's name, he and his wife. I understand you guys are going to Hawaii, maybe Australia, or who knows, right? It's up in the air now, but congratulations to Matt. And Friday night we had the recognition for the Jeff Ferris Leadership Academy, and the class was there, and they were allowed to stand and be recognized by the whole conference. And your John Jones he was not able to be there, but I brought his certificate, and I don't think John's here. John, you're not here today, are you? At some point, we'll give John his certificate of completion for his graduation from the Jeff Ferris Leadership Academy, and congratulations to him. And I know we're short of time. I'd really like to stand up here for about 30 minutes and brag on the Conway Club, but I know you don't have time for that.
No, we do.
Thank you, District Governor Bill, for coming to our meeting today and for the recognition for the club. At this time, we typically have our Roto-Rooter, Joe Nabholz, come, but because of time, we're not going to do that today. But, But Rotary International's main service project is polio eradication, and each polio vaccination costs 60 cents, and so we take up money each week in the jars on the table for polio eradication. And so we'll be making the donations today in honor of our outstanding 8th graders. So this is your time to give to the cups today. And so now we're going to go directly into our program, and so I'd like to ask David Hensey to come up. David puts this program together every year and does a fantastic job, and so I'm going to turn it over to David.
Thank you for those kind words, and you counselors out there and teachers, do not ever tell anybody that all I do is make a phone call and you guys take care of the rest of it. So, keep thinking I really do a hard job here. At this time, most of you that's been here in the past probably remember that I usually launch into a 30-minute dissertation about the Rotary Club, the history, and also our motto, service above self. I'm going to forgo that this year. Main reason because when I got here a few minutes ago, I realized I left all my notes at home. So, just real briefly, I mean, the purpose of this program is to recognize our young students, our 8th graders, that have shown a desire and a willingness to put service above self, which is the Rotary motto. Our club here, all of the Rotary clubs across the entire world, work towards that every day. You heard Sancy mention about the polio eradication program. Polio, back in the 50s and 60s, for those of y'all that can remember that far back or have read history books, was a devastating disease, especially here in the United States and across the entire world. the Rotary Club jumped into that worldwide, and we are, like the picture showed up there of Bill Gates, I think it was, we're this close to eradicating it from the entire world. So that's one of the things that we do on an international level. We also support water programs over in Africa, at the local level. All the Rotary Club members here, not only as a club, but also if you were to talk to them individually, have all sorts of things that they do, from taking neighbors to the hospital, doctor's visits, to picking up trash on the road, to organizing fundraisers for scholarships and all that kind of good stuff. And that's what the Rotary Club is all about, and really what we should all be about here, because we're all neighbors and we're all in this world together. So the main purpose of this program is to recognize those students that have shown a desire and a willingness to step up and do that even at such a young age. So I want to close with that and get into the real purpose of this, and that's recognizing our students. And we do have quite a few new teachers and counselors this year from the folks that have been with us for the past several years. So typically what we do here is I will announce the counselor or the teacher to come up, bring your 2 students with you. You will then announce the student and give the brief bio about the student. We'll give them a certificate and a medal, medallion, and a gift bag, and then we'll announce the next student who come forth. And for all of you folks that are worried about who's going to be first, all that kind of stuff, I always give that honor to Ms. Terry Britty from St. Joseph High School, from which I graduated just a very few years ago. She's also a neighbor. She lives about a block away from me. So Terry.
Thank you. Thank you again for having this program and continuing it. I can't believe it's been another year, but we are here, and I'm going to introduce to you St. Joseph's outstanding 8th graders, Miss Emily Brigler and Elijah Bailey. Emily is, some of her community contributions include Salvation Army Bell Ringing, Independent Living Services Christmas Party, and of course the St. Joseph Flea Market and Bazaar. At school, she's active playing basketball and in the NJHS. Her academic achievements include she qualified for the Duke University Talent Identification Program. She is our Marvin Delft Student Athlete Award winner. She has received first honors in academic awards, 4.0 GPA, and she qualified and is in our honors program for high school. Her goals include getting into the NHS, which is our High School National Honor Society, finishing high school with honors, and going on to college. So that is Miss Emily Brigler. Then Elijah, also very active. His volunteer also with the Salvation Army Bell Ringing. He helped at the Holy Family Mission in Morrilton with the retreat center, fixing it up. Also St. Joseph Flea Market Bazaar, and he's an altar server. He's on our basketball team, works with the our new courtyard. He's on the cleanup crew. He's in the Interact Club, and he's in NJHS. He also qualified for the Duke University Talent Program, first honors with academic awards for several years, 4.0, and he will be in our honors program in high school. He also wants to go on to college, finish high school with honors, and hopes to one day get a degree and have a great job. So Elijah Bailey and Emily Brigler.
Thank you, Terry. Miss Emily probably doesn't realize it, but we're also distantly related. I believe it's her great-grandmother and my grandmother are sisters. Of course, both of them are deceased. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking out there. Great to great-great means he must be really, really old, even maybe as old as Dennis Locke or Bob McCormick, but that's not true. My grandmother was the youngest in her family, Emily's great-great-grandmother, I believe, was the oldest in that family. And then my dad was also the youngest in his family. So I'm nowhere close to the age of Bob or Dennis. Even though I did play softball with Emily's grandfather and her father. So anyway, okay, next on our list we have Mount Vernon Enola, and we're going to ask Jennifer Rabbit to come up with her students.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us. We're from Mount Vernon Enola, and it's my pleasure to recognize two of our 8th graders who've been chosen by our faculty and staff. The first one is Alex Engdahl, and he is our 14-year-old 8th grader, and he's the son of Ryan and Stephanie Engdahl. Alex is actively involved in the FFA program at school, and he is a member of our shooting sports program, which qualified for state. He is also a member of our East program. Some of his academic achievements include being on the AB Honor Roll for several consecutive years. Alex's community contributions include volunteering on Saturday at Mount Vernon Baptist Church Food Pantry, and he also worked around the Mount Vernon area over spring break with the Mount Vernon Baptist Youth Group. They focused on the local community during spring break missions week activities. Alex's long-term goal is to be a wildlife biologist. Lauren Davis, she is 13 years old, and she's the daughter of Josh and Rhonda Davis. Lauren is actively involved with our East program as well. She is a member of the MVE band and the MVE Junior High Quiz Bowl, which placed second in state also. Some of her recent academic achievements include receiving the Music, Science, Math, and English Award for highest grade in her class. She is an honor roll student, and Lauren has recently been chosen to be on our yearbook staff at MVE High School. Lauren's community contributions include volunteering at her church food pantry, as well as I learned on the way here that she 3 years ago went to the Dominican Republic with her church group as well. Both of these students have a helping heart, in my opinion, and they never blink an eye when asked to help with a project or help a fellow student.
And next we have Guy Perkins and Stacy Rawls.
I'd like to thank the Rotary Club for this wonderful program, and you can see we're one short today from Guy Perkins. Ethan Moore was our outstanding 8th grader at Guy Perkins School this year. His parents are John and Cindy Moore. He couldn't be with us today. But I would like to say that his school activities include FBLA, student council. He is an accomplished musician in an advanced band, as an active 4-H member. He shows animals, poultry in the fair every single year. He is a perennial fixture at Honor Roll. His goals is to major in environmental engineering. That's Ethan Moore. We do have with us today Taylor Smith. Her parents are Ellis and Trudy Smith, and her community contributions include a volunteer year-round at the Twin Groves Library, She volunteers at Comic-Con, the comic event that they have comic books and comic characters. You're probably familiar with Comic-Con. She's a member of her choir at church. She's active in basketball, track, cross country, FBLA, FFA, Beta Club, and Quiz Bowl. She is currently the District 5 Mid-Level FBLA Vice President. She had received an award for third place in math on the Junior High National Beta Convention this year. And her goal is to graduate high school at the top of her class and go on to attend an Ivy League college. Taylor Smith.
But next we have Mayflower High School, or actually I guess it's a junior high school, and the elementary, I'm sure you're the junior high principal, assistant principal, I'm sorry, Kimberly Cook. I have to give Kimberly a hard time because she serves on the fair board with me.
Our counselor is out having a baby, and so I was lucky enough to get to come and have this wonderful lunch and recognize some of our 8th grade students. Carly McCagran, her parents are Brandy and Wade McCagran. Carly is active at the Mayflower Middle School. She plays volleyball. She's a member of the cheerleading squad in FBLA. She is an all-A student at our middle school, and she is very active with our counselor, who does a great outreach program. Carly and the counselor work closely together to help other students in need with both food and clothing. Carly is also a member of the Lighthouse Church, where she helps with Sunday school and missions. Darren Rainey, his parents are Joanne and Tim Rainey. Darren is a member of the 4-H show team at Mayflower. He shows animals and works with the younger students to help them with their projects. He helped with tornado relief when the community was struck with a tornado in 2014. He has worked at Camp Eagle's Nest. He is a member of the Mayflower First Baptist Church, where he sings on their praise team and works with Vacation Bible School. At Mayflower Middle School, he is a member of the Mayflower Junior High Choir, the football team, and FBLA.
Next we have Greenbrier and Miss Kim Dickey. As they're coming up, I'll just tell you that the young lady there is Kim's daughter, and rather than have her mother completely embarrass her up here, they asked me to read her introduction today. So I'm going to do that first, and then Kim will introduce the young man. Madison Dickey is involved in Greenbrier Junior High FFA and made the poultry judging team this year. She's an active member of her church youth group. She is a member of 4-H, which enables her to be involved in her community, as well as work on animal projects. She was selected to be part of a math competition early this year and was chosen to be a representative of the junior high in the Girls of Promise program offered through the STEM program at UCA. She's a member of the Fusion soccer team and has been on the All-A honor roll this year. She is showing great promise as a student leader in the school and in the Greenbrier community. And she also has been involved in making frequent visits to the Greenbrier Nursing Home with her 4-H group and making cards delivered to the nursing home and participate in a community trash pickup for several years. And this point here I was very interested in because I'm familiar with the Farm Day Education Roundup program that they do through the Extension Office here in Faulkner County. She volunteered for the Farm Roundup Day, and brought her lambs that she has raised and taught second graders about sheep and how to care for them. Madison Dickey.
I'm also filling in for our counselor this morning. But I'd like to talk a little bit about John Reagan. John Reagan Highland is the son of Cody and Jana Highland. He takes free AP classes at the junior high. He has made the AB honor roll throughout the year. He was actually recognized this morning for winning several awards at our school. He has been recognized as a leader who makes a difference in the school and the community. He is a student leader in our Ironman group. The focus of this group is to work together with other 8th grade boys to grow to be strong citizens and make a difference in others' lives. It is a group that really focuses on integrity. John Reagan helps every year with Christmas boxes for the Baptist Missionary Association, and he helps out other people in the community in need, such as helping mow lawns in the summer. John Reagan is also involved in football, wrestling, and in football he is seen as a leader among his peers, and Greenbrier Junior High is very pleased to nominate him for one of our winners of the Rotary Award.
It always amazes me, even though I don't plan it this way every year, how many of the students that are picked, some way I generally know many of the parents. I look out here today and I see several folks that I worked with at Axiom over the years from 2 different cities, like I say, a distant relative, and other folks that I've been involved with some of the volunteer work that I do around the town. So it's interesting to see that, and it's great to have the people come together. Next we have Conway Christian School, and Miss Leslie Lee will come up.
I'm Leslie Lee, and I thank you so much for this opportunity to bring these 2 students here to award them with this. First, we have McKenna Vaught. She is the daughter of Mark and Penny Vaught. She has had many community service projects, but what she focuses on, we go and do the Feed My Starving Children mobile pack through Tacos for Life, and she has been a part of that. She assists Compass Academy students that we have on campus in their social activities and helping them train for the Special Olympics. She teaches preschool Bible classes and assists in Vacation Bible School every year at her church and various other service projects with her youth group. Her school activities include basketball, volleyball, tennis, stock market club, and choir. Next year, she plans to add praise team, drama club, and soccer to that. Her academic achievement, she's on the AB honor roll, and her goal in the short term is to continue to stay very involved in church, school, sports, and extracurricular activities while still maintaining a strong focus on academics. She plans one day to attend Harding University, hopefully to play tennis at the college level, and possibly major in architecture or interior design. McKenna Vaught. Have Garrett Bullock. He is the son of the late Tom Ed Bullock and Tara and Mark Johnson. He sings on the youth praise team at Connect Church in Russellville. He's participated in youth outreach activities through Connect Church, such as visiting nursing homes in the Russellville area. He's also participated in the yearly CCS outreach activities in the Conway community. He is a member of the CCS choir in both 7th and 8th grade and has made all-region choir in both those grades. He's on the CCS praise team, quiz bowl team, and stock market club. He's maintained a 4.0 GPA in both 7th and 8th grade, currently taking Algebra 1 and Spanish, which count as high school credits. He won the creative writing competition for poetry and is having his first poem published. He plans to work hard to maintain a 4.0 GPA throughout high school and continue with choir and CCS and church praise teams. plans to attend a good college after high school that's close to home. He's maintained, okay, that's all I have. Thank you. This is Garrett Bullard.
Okay, next we have Valonia and Mr. Grant Smith.
I want to thank the Rotary Club for having us. It's a great honor. I want to tell you about two students from Valonia Middle School that we're very proud of. Our first is Marcia Wallace. She's an 8th grader at Valonia Middle School. Marcia is the 14-year-old daughter of Jessica and Patrick Boyd. She's an all-A honor student, along with being a VMS Student of the Year. She has won several top awards, as well as being a VMS Soaring Eagle. She is actively involved in her church, where she is a Trinity Episcopal acolyte and was chosen for the National Convention of Episcopal Youth in Oklahoma. Marcia has been a student council representative and has been president for both FCCLA and FBLA. She is also the Beta Club reporter. In her spare time, she has been on the CHDC Volunteer Council. Marcia runs track, is a VMS basketball manager, and a Valonia tournament softball player. Her teachers say that she takes great initiative in the classroom and is a leader. Marcia plans to go to college and to become a financial manager. It's Marcia. Next up, we have Colin Ratliff. Colin is an 8th grader at Valonia Middle School. He is the 14-year-old son of Brian and Penny Ratliff. He is an honor roll student and president of the Junior Beta Club. Colin is very active in his church and is currently the lead worship for middle school ministry at Antioch Baptist. He loves doing volunteer work for such events as Toad Suck Days and Upward Basketball at Antioch Baptist. He is a leader of the Jesus Squad, which is a Christian club at Valonia Middle School. He is a member of our Student Diamond School Committee, FCA, and Quiz Bowl. Colin also runs cross country for the middle school. His teachers say that he is a natural leader in the classroom and that he helps and does things without being asked. Colin plans to go to college and become a music major. It's Colin.
Colin's mother, Penny, and I worked together on the same team at Action a few years ago. So, Colin, if you want to hear any embarrassing, funny stories about your mom, give me a call someday. Okay, next we have Conway and Tina Landy.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here today, and I'm going to introduce to you Carly and Creed Bean. They are twins, both 13 years old, and they are the children of Neil and Janet Bean. I'm going to start with Carly. Carly, she has been a leader at Central Baptist Church with their Vacation Bible School. She has volunteered at Cold Springs Day Camp. She's a company dancer at Sunshine Academy. Some of her school activities consist of being on the 8th grade dance team, and currently she will be on the 9th grade dance team because she made the dance team for next year. And she's also involved in the Gifted and Talented program. Some of her academic achievements are that she's going to have all A's this year. She passed the Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint Specialist test, received the Coach Lueders Award last year. Some of her goals is she wants to go to college and become a graphic designer, and to continue to show her love for Jesus Christ everywhere, but especially in school. Creed Bean, he is also volunteered at their church, Central Baptist Church, during their Vacation Bible School program. Also volunteered at Cold Springs Day Camp and volunteered at one of the community retirement homes. Some of his school activities is football, currently playing this year, and will also continue to play next year, and is in the GT program. He's on track to have all A's this year and made it to the county spelling bee when he was in the 4th grade. He is also an A average student. His goals is to have all A's for the rest of his student career, maintain to be on the honor roll. He also wants to be valedictorian in high school and in college. And he would like to become a company controller. One of the things that I requested teachers when they nominated a student was to send me a brief description of why the students they chose outshine the other students at Conway Junior High. And here's a few brief words that they said about these two wonderful, outstanding students. Both have a great work ethic and are very dedicated to their schoolwork. Carly is on the dance team and Creed plays football. Creed recently ran with his little sister at her elementary school's 5K. Carly volunteered to design a local business ad for Mr. Spergolosi's Spring Plays program. She wants to become a graphic designer. Both are involved in their church, which is Central Baptist Church. They're great kids, they're kind to others, they help each other, wonderful friends to everyone at their school. They represent our school as model citizens and just well-rounded students.
Well, this concludes our program. Remember, at the end of when we're dismissed, for all the students to come back up here for a group picture before you leave today. We'd like to say that I really do have the easiest job in this part of the program, because the teachers and the counselors all tell me that, well, really all I'll do is make a few phone calls and send a few emails, but the teachers and counselors have to actually make a selection. Of course, we would like to recognize all of the students at the schools that emulate the same things that we hear about the students here today, but due to time and size and all that limitations, we can only pick out 2 from each school. So it's a difficult choice for them to make. It should make you feel good about our community and maybe the next generation coming up, that the competition is so hard for them to pick just 2 students out of the many that do a lot of good things for our community. So thank you again for participating. Appreciate all your effort. I know it's not easy to come out of a busy school day, especially at the end of school, and come up here. And thank you for all the parents that attend as well. Thanks.